In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. We are always interacting with the people. Once we notice then that our old contact has become somewhat annoyed or is angry, does not have respect for me as he used to do, we start thinking, what has happened? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Either I have did something wrong, or there is a kind of misunderstanding which happened, which is there in the mind of him or her. That is why she is annoyed, angry, unhappy with me. Likewise, vice versa, if at all we notice that somebody has started respecting us more, he has become warm enough, has developed some sort of warmth for me, want to better the relationship, we again start thinking, what sort of benefit do he want to take out of me? He has just conceived an idea that he can take advantage of me. He can take advantage of my resources. He can benefit from me. That is why she has developed a kind of warmth for me in their mind and heart. This is how we think, and that is quite natural. Almost every one of us does the same thing. So there is nothing strange in it. Likewise, if at all suddenly we start sneezing, if at all we start coughing, if at all we start, feeling a kind of headache, if at all we do feel that my throat is has become sore, so all of these things actually make us think that what did I do wrong, or what has happened? Why have I become uncomfortable? Why my health why my health has gone wrong? Why am I feeling a sort of physical health problem? We do start thinking. That is quite natural. And now I am talking about something else, something which is similar in a way and not similar in another way as well. That is, every time we do come across, every time we do feel that there is a mental stress, that there is an anxiety to feel, to bear, every time we are feeling mental stress, every time we are feeling tension, which is commonly called tension. So this, at this moment actually, there is a reason behind it, there is a strong reason behind it, and we usually don't pay our attention to that thing. That is why I decided to record a talk on the subject today. As a matter of fact, the stress we are feeling, the tension we are feeling, it is because of the one reason, and the one reason is that we should have learnt a lesson which I did not learn. I should have acted upon that particular lesson. I should have put into practice that particular lesson which I failed to do that. Since I did not learn a very important lesson, since I did not practice a very important lesson, that is why that is why I'm feeling the stress. That is why I'm feeling the tension. That is why I am under the I am living in anxiety. So this is so, and it is like learning a lesson which I should have learned earlier. What is this? A lesson which I should have learnt earlier, but I failed to learn. And since I did fail to learn, that is why I have fallen into mental stress, into a sort of tension and anxiety. And learning a lesson some time back at that right time actually means like getting vaccinated. learning an important lesson first and put it into practice then actually mean that you have got vaccinated, that you have that you have vaccinated against certain diseases or against certain disease. Since I was not vaccinated, since you were not vaccinated against a certain type of disease, that is why we are encountering a disease today. That is why we are facing and feeling the trouble today. That is why we are feeling a kind of mental stress, tension, anxiety today. Had I done it earlier, had I got vaccinated, I had had I learned this lesson much earlier, I would have protected myself from this sort of trouble, from this sort of trouble. And since I was not vaccinated, since I was not, I could not prevent certain types of problem because I could not take certain types of cautions, certain types of cares and cautions. So now it is the time. Actually, the nature is indicating me, the nature is telling me to learn this lesson now. And this is the anxiety because of that reason. Now, what I do have to do is that I have to learn this lesson now, which I should have learned much earlier. Since I could not learn, so I do have to learn it now so that I could protect myself from a similar problem in the future. If at all I do want to protect myself, a type of from the problem from the problem of this type, then I do have to learn it now, and I do have to learn it well, and I do have to put it into practice. So this is the reason behind the mental stress. And every time there is a stress, actually this stress is indicating that on the one hand you did not learn something important, on the other hand you should learn it now so that you could remain safe, so that you could remain safe from the troubles like this one in the future. Safety is very important actually. Protecting ourselves from the problems, preventing ourselves from the problem as much as possible. This is absolutely necessary. We shouldn't be a shirker in this regard, because if at all we do act like the shirkers, what is going to happen? That we will be facing the trouble, we will be facing the anxiety, and we again, after facing of that sort of crisis, anxiety or mental stress, again I do have to learn this lesson. So I think so, the earlier the better. I should have learned this lesson much earlier, which unfortunately I could not learn. But if at all I don't learn it now, I think that these troubles will keep repeating itself again. Thank you.